OnlyFans is bursting with possibilities. The chance to build incredible wealth, or to drown in despair. This is the OFM Secret Podcast, your guide to navigating the path to success. In every episode, I bring you the raw and unfiltered journey of Captain Goldtooth, straight from his log at ofmsecretstash.blog. Today's entry, it's titled, My Secret Strategy. Not quitting. That's it. That's the strategy. Let's hear his wise words. Today, while drifting deep in the YouTube ocean, lost in my usual scroll-induced trance, I came across a thumbnail that practically screamed at me, "Don't quit." It was bold, loud, impossible to ignore, and given that I've been sailing through rough emotional waters lately, I clicked. It was the typical motivational content, a YouTube guru preaching consistency, patience, and the long game of algorithm-friendly content. But something stuck. Something felt true. Because I know what it's like to feel shipwrecked in the middle of this digital sea, clinging to floating pieces of my agency dreams, watching storm after storm roll in. The video introduced me to Admiral James Stockdale and his extraordinary story of survival. Whether you're trying to grow on YouTube, TikTok, OnlyFans, or launching any digital venture, the beginning isn't glamorous. It's a meat grinder. And when you're just starting out, you get dangerously close to the blades. From the outside, launching an OnlyFans agency looks like a pirate's fantasy. Find a model, market content, and sail off into passive income paradise. But real sailors know the truth. Most journeys don't end with buried gold. They end with broken hulls, empty grog bottles, and ghost ships floating quietly in the fog. The greatest threat isn't failure. It's the broken heart, crushed by unmet expectations, that loses all momentum and quietly slips into despair. Most people don't see what it actually takes to get an OFM business off the ground. It's uncertain. You might row for weeks, feeling like you're getting nowhere, or a single wave might crash in and carry your ship forward in an instant. What separates the ones who reach land from the ones who disappear is simple: endurance. There's a brutal stretch that almost every agency hits. No models reply, traffic flatlines, and nothing seems to move. The only thing growing is self-doubt. You pour in time, effort, and money, and get nothing in return. And if you don't have a compass in your mind, your heart will sink. That's where Admiral James Stockdale comes in. A man who survived far worse than a slow-growth chart. Welcome to the Hanoi Hilton. In 1965, during the Vietnam War, Stockdale's jet was shot down. He parachuted into enemy territory and was captured. He spent the next 7.5 years in the hellish Hoa Lo prison, nicknamed the Hanoi Hilton by American POWs. It was no resort, a place built to break you slowly. Stockdale endured over 20 torture sessions. He was isolated, starved, beaten, and yet he didn't break. He became a secret leader among the prisoners, resisting propaganda, creating covert communication systems, and refusing to let the enemy own his spirit. When he learned he was to be paraded in a propaganda film, he smashed his own face with a stool. Later, he cut his scalp with a razor to make himself unpresentable. These weren't the actions of a broken man. They were the actions of someone who refused to surrender control, no matter how small. He didn't survive by being blindly hopeful. He didn't tell himself, "We'll be out by Christmas." In fact, when asked who didn't make it out of the prison alive, he said, "That's easy, the optimists." The ones who kept setting hopeful deadlines, "We'll be free by Easter," slowly collapsed when each milestone passed unmet. Their hearts couldn't take the constant disappointment. What kept Stockdale alive was something deeper, a paradox that should be engraved on the wheel of every OFM ship sailing the digital seas. The Stockdale paradox. You must never lose faith that you will prevail in the end, but at the same time, you must confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they might be. It's this exact mindset that any OFM manager, creator, founder, or digital hustler needs to survive the long night at sea. You have to believe, with every bone in your body, that your agency will succeed, that one day the wind will catch your sails, that your systems will work, your models will thrive, and the life you imagined will become real. But until then, you have to face the cold truth. It's going to be harder than you expected. You will lose models and money. Your social media accounts might get banned. You'll spend nights building funnels that don't convert. You'll doubt your own intelligence. You'll feel alone in a vast, empty ocean. And that's okay, because those are just facts, and facts don't sink ships. Denial does. Don't join the club of broken hearts. Most agencies don't fail because of the OFM business model. They fail because their captains can't stomach the silence between islands. They set their hopes on quick victories, and when the storm doesn't pass, they jump overboard. But you're not here for quick gold. You're here to become a legend. So next time you stare at your failed recruiting campaign, your empty striped dashboard, or yet another suspended Reddit account, remember Admiral Stockdale. The goal isn't to avoid hardship. It's to keep sailing through it. The winners are never the ones with perfect weather. They're the ones who learn to tie the ropes tighter in the storm. You are not lost. You are navigating. And the ones who reach treasure are those who never stopped steering. And that, my friends, were the words of Captain Goldtooth. If you found this journey as thrilling as I did, it's time to take the plunge with us over at our exclusive Telegram group, where pirates from all walks of their OFM journeys gather to swap insights, share wisdom, and support each other through the ups and downs of the voyage. Inside the stash, you'll uncover an extensive treasure trove of resources, from traffic tactics to scripts, contacts, and tools that will help you chart a faster course on your own path to success. Feeling brave enough to join the crew? Just check the link in the description to embark on the next chapter. Thanks for tuning in.